Hello everyone, today we have new video review, and as you can see this time we are going to check fresh release from Valiant Wings publishing. This is a book from the, you can guess, the Airframe and Miniature series. And as you can see, that's a Focke-Wulf 190 radio engine version, so it means A, B, C, F, G and S versions in one book. But here is the small note. We have here this small yellow note which mentions that this book was updated and expanded. It includes 148 build of Edward Focke-Wulf 190A2, and that's a second edition of the previous book about the same aircraft. So some of you might say, why we are checking the same book? This is not the same book because here we get new material, and previous release happened in 2014. Now we have a completely different information, completely different kits, so that's why authors decided to completely revise the book and release the updated and expanded version of this Airframe and Miniature book. So as you can see, it's written here second edition, it's written here second edition, so that you know that you are dealing with a new edition. And actually I recommend to get it the revised version instead of the old one, even though there is a, let's say, there are some books offered on the market. So first of all, this book is quite large and heavy and thick, as you can see. Even though this is a soft cover, it has some noticeable weight to it. Next, inside, if we open it, as you can see, there is a quite high quality print. Here you can see what we have in the contents page. And as far as you can guess, there are more than 200 pages. As you can see, there is a clear separation by the history. Then we have the separate chapter dedicated about F and G series. Here we have the commercial projects, camouflage and markings, color profiles, stencils, and then we go with miniature chapters. That means the actual builds and also the library of various kits which can be which are copying this famous aircraft. Here we have the small glossary note. I recommend to check it because there are some, let's say, German shortening for some words, so it's better to know them beforehand before you will be reading this book. And of course we start with history note, which is supplied with black and white photos. Some of them are really interesting, so I recommend to check them in detail. Obviously we won't be going like page by page. Here we go on with various development versions. So as you can see, it is described by the main differences, also where it was used, when it was produced, and why it was created. As you can see, it is also supplied with profile, black and white, but still it is handy. And in some cases there are even black and white photos, which are also useful for some weathering and, let's say, painting ideas. So here we go on with various marking things. So of course we have the squadron markings, so that you understand what the science means, and also we go on with various stripes on the tail. They also had some meaning if you don't know. Here we have the stencils. Next we go on with the miniature section. So first we start with list of the various kits which copy these aircraft, and all scales are included, so it means we will get here to know the kits in 1/72, 1/48, 1/32, and maybe even in 1/24 if I'm not wrong. Just give me a second. Yep, there, Airfix kit, as you can see, and also Trumpeter is producing the 1/24. I didn't know, frankly speaking. So we start with build of Focke-Wulf 190 F8. It's Airfix 1/72 scale kit. Then we continue with Hasegawa 1/72 as well. Here we have Revel 1/72 again. That's the Edward 148. And note that here they used the new kit which was revised recently. So that's a, let's say, the difference of the revised version of the book with the previous, because previous book featured the old plastic for this aircraft. Next we continue with Hasegawa kit in 1/48 scale, and as you can see, each build is a quite detailed project with nice photos, clear explanations what was done and why it was done on the model, so you have a clear understanding of what to do on this or that plastic kit. Next we continue with the main differences between various versions. This is quite a handy chapter because it will make it easier to understand what you have to copy in order to replicate this or that version. As you can see, this is quite extensive chapter and a lot of pictures provided here. Next, just give me a sec. Oh, there was a Focke-Wulf with missile launcher. I didn't know. Next we continue with in detail chapter. So here we get the close shots of the various aircraft parts. This will be handy for super detailers who would like to get a bit more out of their kit. As you can see, we have really nice shots of the cockpit, engine, wings, also wing mechanization, tail section, landing gear. Here we have the wheel wells, machine gun bay, bombs, fuel tank, etc, etc. But even more nice is that we have here drawings included. As you can see, this is a separate poster in the end of the book. This will be handy for those guys who would like to replicate some extra rivets on their aircraft, or maybe they're dealing with old plastic, so they would like to completely rescribe whole aircraft in order to get a bit more realistic appearance. And we also get drawings for various parts, and what I wanted to check is how many pages in total. I guess, yeah, 240 pages in total. Here in the end we have the Focke-Wulf sign, and this book should be already available on Valiant Wings website. Price is set at 21 British pounds, which is more than reasonable for such extensive publication. So if you are a fan of German aircraft, and doesn't matter which scale, still this book will be handy, and especially if you plan to build this particular version, then definitely go to the Valiant Wings website, get it ASAP, because usually they don't last that long and they get sold out quickly, and then you have to wait for the reprint. So, of course, I will be happy to hear your opinion about this book here in the comment section below. If you like this video, don't forget to press the like button and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. And I will see you in the next video review as usual. Thank you for watching, and bye!